Okay. Excellent. Here we go. All right, okay, let's start at the front. Oh, yeah, wow.
So that's going to fall out, and she's hopefully going to have a normal tooth?
Yeah. I mean, with these baby teeth, they generally start falling out, anywhere around 6 months or so.
Okay.
And, it depends highly on the individual, when they come out.
Right.
I agree with Dr. Bass, it looks like more like a developmental issue. It doesn't look like any sort of trauma. Yes, I know. I have to put that in my ear. Is that why you're looking at? Thank you. But, the idea being that whatever caused that is probably not going to have caused the exact same thing to the, permanent tooth bud sitting underneath it. It's always a possibility. I mean, honestly, we're not going to know until we get a good look, at what starts coming out. But, the question that I've got is if the root is normal, then, and it's just the tip that's a little strangely shaped, then there shouldn't be any issues with that tooth coming out. The thing that I think we do have to at least keep somewhere in the back of our mind is that if the tooth root is also sort of an unusually shaped root, there may be some issues as far as the baby tooth falling out. It's normal to have, the baby tooth still there when you start to get a little nub of the permanent tooth coming out. If you get to the point where there's a permanent tooth and a baby tooth sitting right behind it, where I really sort of draw the cutoff mark is if the baby tooth is still there in a year, it's not coming out on its own. Okay. And it needs to be extracted because dog teeth really are not designed to be sitting next to each other.
Okay.
With our teeth, they sort of are. With dog teeth, having that gap between the two teeth means that you end up getting a lot of debris stuck in there, you get gum disease, and very frankly, in the long run, you end up losing both teeth. So
right.
You kind of have to sacrifice the...
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's honestly, it's probably, with a larger breed dog, it's usually the smaller breed dogs that we have problems with the, deciduous teeth, the baby teeth not coming out. You don't see too often in the larger breed dogs. So, you've just got a funny shaped tooth. What happened to that baby tooth bud when you were younger? Oh, I know. Oh, you're fine. It's nothing. There's nothing wrong with your ear. Oh, scritches. I know, not that bad, huh? See? I do have to check your temperature, though, kiddo. These are all the not-so-fun things. How did we do after our last vaccine? Any
no issues?
Lethargy? Okay. Then, very likely, if you didn't see anything previously, you're not going to see anything this time. Okay. I always like to warn folks, after vaccines. I know, sweetie. I'm sorry about this. It's a very fast thermometer, though.
It's okay. Okay.
I've never seen it. I told you very fast.
You did pretty good. You did pretty good, puppy. It's like it wasn't even there. Yeah, my girl. My good girl. Why don't you? Want a treat?
Sweetie, you're almost done. You're almost done.
Here, you want a treat? No? No treat?
Okay, let me go ahead and sneak your shot in here. Let me see what I'm doing. Over here, I know, little tiny poke. You are barely going to notice that because of the dentist trick. I know, huh? Just be glad you're not a horse. Yeah. The way they do vaccines on horses is because horses are used to getting bitten by stinging insects, like biting insects. They quite literally just slap the horse and stick it in somewhere else while you're slapping the horse in a different location. Really, that doesn't seem too nice. Doesn't seem to bother him, though. But hey, yeah, that is it. That wasn't bad at all, huh?
So are we getting the pill for her? Once a month we give her a pill.
For the heartworm and flea medication?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can go ahead. Oh, because of the weight issue, yes. We can go ahead and... She's 23.9 now. That's honestly going to be the easiest way to do it until she hits a final size because they come in multi-month packs, and if you buy one by the time you get a couple months in, it's they're probably going to be useless too, just because she would have outgrown them. We'll go ahead and do that again. As far as the vaccine series, Rabies has to be done legally sometime after 16 weeks. At this point, in about 14 weeks, what I'd probably just recommend is let's go ahead, do the rabies vaccine at 17 weeks.
Okay.
That'll give us 3 weeks between this vaccine and the next appointment time, which will give us the perfect timing to do the last distemper parvo, and then the first rabies. That last distemper parvo, so the last puppy distemper parvo and the first rabies will both be good for 1 year.
Okay.
At that point, when you come in a year from that last appointment for the next distemper parvo and rabies, she'll be getting the adult distemper parvo and a rabies booster, both of which will be good for 3 years.
Okay.
So she'll, the puppy series you have to get one every 3 weeks, and then the last one's good for a year, and then after that it's every 3 years.
Okay.
All right, kiddo.
She's in good health?
Yeah, everything looks great. It sounds great. Yeah, it feels great.
And her weight?
Her weight is fine, yeah. I mean, it's with puppies, they always have a little bit of this, sort of loose puppy skin slash, a little bit of a fat layer. This is what you want to see. When you see a puppy that doesn't have this, then you know they're being underfed, and you're probably, stunting their growth to some small degree. Very frankly, I mean, it's kind of hard to overfeed a large breed puppy, and I think very frankly, it's hard to overfeed them because they just convert extra calories and protein and whatnot into growth.
Right.
With these larger breeds, I do like to be a little cautious about that and use one of the large breed, growth formula puppy foods, just because I think there's enough evidence out there showing that if you don't really give them ridiculous amounts of nutrition so that they're growing, like a beanstalk. If you're getting a little bit slower, more controlled growth, it doesn't affect their eventual size. It will still end up with a similar size skeleton.
Right.
But having a little bit more ordered growth reduces your tendency to have things like hip dysplasia and some of the orthopedic problems. So sort of slow controlled growth is better than rampant out of control growth.
Right. Well, what we've been doing is giving her 1 cup of dog food at 8 in the morning, at 1 in the afternoon, and at 6.
Okay.
And normally she doesn't finish. She never finishes a full cup.
Okay.
And we use Royal Canin, which is recommended from Dr.
If she's being pretty much, it sounds like she's self-regulating, which is a little unusual for a retriever breed. But if she's leaving some food in her bowl, then that's excellent and that makes life convenient because you can put more than she needs, and she'll just kind of eat what she needs and then leave the rest. I mean, with my dogs, I've got a German Shepherd and a Labrador at home, and if I didn't have the Labrador, I could probably do that with my German Shepherd because food is not her number one priority. With the Labrador, honestly, it's not bolted down; it's being eaten. She's just insane about the food. There's no way you can trust her, to not. For a good example is if the shepherd decides she doesn't want to eat her food and just skips a meal, and I don't realize that, the lab will eat both portions, and they're fairly large portions. So, if she's self-regulating, that's excellent. Yeah, kiddo. I know. Do you want to? Here, let's let you down here, kiddo. Say bye-bye. I know. Say bye-bye. There you go. Okay, we're gonna let you run around now. There you go. See, it wasn't.